Good morning, everybody. It's Carrie from KDS Insurance Services. How are you doing this morning? Today I wanted to come in. Oh, by the way, thank you for stopping by. I know you're busy and I know you are in the middle of a work week, so I'll try to keep this as quick as I can, but give you enough information that it's worth your time and investment. Health insurance for dogs, pet insurance. Okay, not just for dogs, cats, all sorts of different type of animals is now available in the insurance market and has been available for quite a while. And I had an experience today at my own vet when I took my 10-year-old service dog in and was having a conversation with the techs about insurance, and there's a lot of misinformation that's out there in not only the veterinary workplace, but consumers don't understand pet insurance at all and how very important it is. The cost of owning any pet in today's world has gone through the roof, along with everything else that we're dealing with on our horrible inflation and our terrible economy. And so I thought I would just come in today and talk to you a little bit about just how much pet insurance can help you and how much money it can save you. I would recommend, if you own a pet, a dog, a cat in particular, maybe even some of the geckos and the birds are where the big amount of cost is. If you have farm animals, those are completely different, and I'm kind of not talking about those. I'm talking about our domesticated household pets. So I have a 10-year-old lab. He's my service dog, and we got him, it'll be 10 years ago in February. He turns 10 this November. And when we got him, his monthly premium was approximately $18. Brand new puppy. He was only a few weeks old. And I knew just from my own experience working with family members who had labs and other clients and friends who had bigger dogs that having insurance was going to be necessary, because all these type of breeds are extremely athletic, and because they are athletic, they have a tendency to have big problems, big injuries, big surgeries. And so I just knew right off the bat that I wanted to have some sort of pet insurance available. So I did a lot of research. Obviously, I'm an insurance agent, and I went out and I compared several different packages. And most of the packages are either a 70% pay, an 80% pay, or a 90% pay. I have not found any insurance company that pays you 100%. It's just not out there. It's not out there for human medical expenses, so it's not going to be out there for animals. What that means is any of the expenses that you have, we'll just use my plan so it's easy for me to explain. My plan is a 90-10 split. So anything that is covered under Duke's medical insurance, I get to pay 10% of that. Or if you look at it the other way, I get reimbursed for 90% of everything that I spend. Not quite everything, but the majority of things. Just like with your own health insurance, pet insurance also does not cover or standard medical things. You have a copay when you go to the doctor, right? Every time you go to the doctor. And you have a certain amount of things that are in your medical insurance that you are allotted annually every year. In pet insurance, the annual things that a pet needs, their annual check, their vaccinations, their heartworm medicine, their tea and flick medicine, that sort of thing, that is considered routine, and for pet insurance, that is your responsibility. That's what you pay in addition to the 10% of all out-of-pocket expenses that I incur. So when I go for his physical, for example, every year, I know that I'm going to be paying for that. Now, if there are medications that are required, or if there's additional testing that's required, if there's x-rays that are determined from this particular annual visit, that's a different category, and so it is not considered normal maintenance for an animal. And so I know that I'm going to be reimbursed for those additional things that come from an annual physical. The nice thing about Trupanion is they have a lifetime deductible on things too. So for example, Duke has had 2 major ACL surgeries. So if he has any complications for the rest of his life from his knee surgeries, I have already met the lifetime deductible of $250. That's right, it's a $250 deductible. So in this particular situation, Duke has had 2 ACL surgeries, which he had the major ACL surgeries where they actually go in and they break and reset the bone because the ligament is destroyed in these injuries. And so those surgeries, both of them ran about $5,500 for those surgeries. And so the lifetime deductible that I had to pay for those surgeries was $250 each, so $500. So one for the left and one for the right. Now, if he has anything related to those injuries for the rest of his life, I have already met the deductible, and the insurance company would pay 90% of any of the future bills that he may incur for those injuries. So he's also had a few other injuries too. He's had a front left elbow injury, and so anything that is a complication, an ongoing problem from that injury, for example, his medications that's required, that is all covered at 90%. So when you look at the overall expenses, including what he pays his monthly bill, now he started at just under $20. He's now 10 years later and he's just under $100. So it's gone up, you know, about $10 every month, if you would. In my opinion, that's not even inflation, so I have no issue with that. I also know that in his 10-year lifetime, he has probably had 60, maybe even $75,000 worth of cumulative medical bills. He's a big dog, he has big injuries, and I knew that going into ownership of this dog, that this was a potential, and this is why I purchased his insurance. So basically I spend about $100 a month, $1,200 a year for his medical insurance, and I am on average monthly. I spend, because he has a prescription food, he has his heartworm, and he has his flea and tick medicine. So we're probably spending, all total, we're probably spending about $2,300 a year. Our cost. Everything else is covered. Now you're probably saying, "Oh my God, that seems like a lot of money." Well, I don't know if you've been to a vet lately, but the expenses are astronomical. Duke had three X-rays this morning. He had 2 lumps aspirated. He had his medication refilled that he needed. He had the pathological reports that you have to order from the aspiration, as well as the X-rays that are required by a radiologist. All of that is additional expenses. So his bill this morning was $1,000. So when you compare that to what I'm paying annually, and I'm going to get 90% of that back, I'm going to get I'm going to only end up being responsible for about $92 of that entire bill. Is it worth it? Absolutely it's worth it. Trupanion is also phenomenally quick at processing their claims. When I tell you phenomenally quick, I'm in the insurance business, and I'm telling you, claims are the worst part of my job. They always take too long. Customers are never happy with the outcome, and the carriers don't care. Let's just be honest. I'm being honest with you. I work in this industry and have for 40 years, and I know the score. I deal with them too. I'm a consumer too, and I tell you, claims are the worst part of my job, and the carriers just don't care. They would rather give you $1 versus $2, or a penny versus 5 cents. That's how they operate, and that's the reality of the world of insurance. So to find a company that is quick at paying their claims, I submitted the claim this morning. I'll get a notification by this afternoon that it's in processing, and by tomorrow I'll have a decision, which means that by the next day, 3 days, I'm going to have that money back in my account, because it directly deposits into my account. Another really good thing about Trupanion versus a lot of the other carriers that are out there, the big emergency centers that are required for animals after hours or for specialty veterinarians for surgery, Trupanion is the only only insurance plan that I'm aware of that these big veterinary emergency centers will take for payment. In other words, if you make an arrangement with them ahead of time on the phone and you say, you know, my dog's coming in for surgery, he has Trupanion, and the estimate for our surgery is $6,600, which means that my out of pay is going to be 10% or $660. Can I pay you my $660, and then Trupanion has guaranteed me they'll turn the claim around within 24 to 48 hours, which means that you will get your money within 2 days. And this is the only plan I have ever heard of where the big veterinary clinics will accept for payment outside your copay. So that's another really important piece of this puzzle, because if you've ever experienced a situation where you need emergency vet care, it's even more expensive than the regular, you know, vet that you go see on a day-to-day basis. So I think it's very, very important, especially if you're owning a big dog, a big breed, if you use your dogs for hunting or any other type of sports. They're going to get injured, it's going to be expensive, and it can financially break you. And I am a believer that if you're going to own an animal, that it's your responsibility from the moment you pick that animal up to take care of that animal, and that includes taking care of their medical as well. So I hope this helps you. Trupanion, it's a great pet insurance program. I absolutely, totally recommend them. If you'd like a referral, please reach out to me. I'm happy to do that for you and put you in contact with them. They're a phenomenal organization, first class all the way. I would not recommend anybody else. I know there's other good plans out there. I'm not saying that there's not other good plans. I'm just saying, for dollar to dollar, bang for your buck, and the ability to work with this insurance company, I just don't believe there's another company that even compares to Trupanion. So Trupanion is how you spell it. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. It's a Tuesday. I hope wherever you are, you're having a great, productive week so far. Thanks for stopping by. Please give me a thumbs up and like and subscribe. That really does help me. Don't forget, make sure you hit that bell too, so you know the next time that I post a video. Thank you again for your time. I know you are busy, and I do appreciate the time investment that you put in to watch my videos, and it does not get lost on me. So have a wonderful day, and I will catch up with you in my next video. God bless.